Today I wanted to share with you all of my favorite supplements that I take for the health of my skin to get that super glowy, lit from within skin to help with lightening and brightening my melasma and hyperpigmentation. The supplements I take also help my hair to grow super duper long, full, thick, and healthy. And it's not biotin, I don't take biotin, and also just supplements that I take for the overall health of my body. So do you take any supplements? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what supplements do you take, if you do take supplements, and let me know why you take them. And I'm sure most of you already know, but just full disclaimer, I am not a doctor, so I am not giving any medical advice whatsoever. I'm just sharing the supplements that work really, really well for me. Before you try anything that I share that I love for me, make sure that you check with your doctor first to see if it's something that might be right for you. And also I just want to say that taking supplements alone is not going to give you that super glowy, healthy skin. It's not going to make your hair grow super long if you don't have a good lifestyle, a good diet, if you smoke and drink in excess. So a supplement isn't going to kind of counteract all of those things, but a supplement is just that. It is to supplement in addition to what we should already be doing that's good for our health. The very first supplement is probably, if you don't take any supplements at all, but you just want one thing that you could add into your routine that pretty much will give you everything that you possibly could need. Now again, when I say you, I'm not telling you to go get this until you consult with your doctor. But for me, if I had to get rid of almost all of my supplements, this would be something that I would want to incorporate into my diet, my lifestyle every single day. This is by the brand Green Vibrance. It's just like a green, it's a green powder that's in here. So not only is this a super potent daily multivitamin, this is packed full of, let me just read to you a few of the things. This has spirulina, parsley, beetroot, zucchini, carrot, spinach, broccoli, everything that you can possibly, every vegetable that you can pretty much think of is in here. This also has turmeric, it has ginkgo biloba, let's see, it has grapeseed extract, which is really good for our skin. This also has flaxseed in it. Then it also has a lot of things that are really good to help support the liver. This has burdock root, it has silymarin, which is milk thistle. This also has dandelion root. Can you see all of these ingredients? I wanted to tell you two things. Now again, this is not medically proven. I just wanted to give you two examples of what this has actually done for my husband and for my mom. So first thing, my mom, when my husband and I lived on the beach in Florida, we've sold all of our properties. That's why we're traveling in another country right now. We're in South America. But when my parents used to come and visit me at our condo on the beach in Hollywood, Florida, of course, we would eat all kinds of crazy stuff because, they're on vacation. But my mom is a type 2 diabetic, so of course she has to be careful with, eating all those crazy things when we go out. But every day I would make a green drink and I would add some of this Green Vibrance powder to it. And normally when my mom comes to visit us in Florida, her sugars are like sky high. She has to take more insulin. When she goes back home, her doctor is not thrilled with her labs. So when they were there, I had her take this every single day, and they were there maybe 2 weeks, if that. And she noticed her sugar, even though we were eating crappy things. I'm not saying eat crappy food and take this, but even though we were kind of eating crappy foods, her sugars started going down. And then her labs were even a ton better when she went home. So this is something that my mom takes all the time. Now she tried to get, it's a different brand. It's one that she found at Walmart. You can't get this at Walmart, but she went into Walmart and she found one that just said green superfood powder, and she noticed her sugars kept going up again. And then one other quick story, my husband, he had what the doctors thought was rheumatoid arthritis, which it wasn't rheumatoid arthritis, but I think it was just like a buildup of uric acid in his hands. And when he was a firefighter, he was having the hardest time because his knuckles were starting to swell, the joints were in his hands, and his hands were like clicking and popping, and just touching his hands was extremely painful. So I started making him a green drink every single day with one or maybe a full 2 scoops of this. And I say maybe within a few weeks, all of the inflammation, all of the pain went away in his hands. And the doctors had put him on some pretty intense medications to help reduce that, but He's like me, he doesn't like taking medicine. So if we're able to heal ourselves naturally, then that's what we do. I know sometimes, you know, you have to take medication for certain things, but to me, this is like a miracle supplement, and that's why I wanted to share this first. If you're not interested in taking a supplement for this, one for that, one for this, one for that, and you just want one thing, again, I'm not telling you need to go get this until you consult with your doctor, but for us, this is a holy grail, ride or die. I mean, we're in South America and we brought 2 of these actually with us. And also every single product that I share in this video, I will link them down below the video. I know sometimes people say, can you hold it super duper close to the camera so that I can read the exact name on it? If you look directly below this video, look either at the bottom right side of your screen, there'll be a little triangle. Click that, an upside down triangle. Click that and it opens up a whole description box where I've taken the time to write everything out for your convenience. Or look directly below the video right here and it says read more. If you click read more, that also will open up the description box. So whether you're on a phone or a computer, either one of those ways will work, but that way you can always see all of the links, all of the product names, and if I do have discount codes for anything, I link those down below as well. These next supplements, these are ride or die, holy grail. I am 100% never, ever, ever without these. I've already done a couple videos on this, but this is by Delgado Protocol. This is their EstroBlock and their liver detox and their DHT block. My number one holy grail is this one right here called, oops, my number one holy grail is this one called EstroBlock Pro. I have a whole detailed video on it, so I don't want to go in great detail in this video. I don't say a whole lot of things are life-changing, but this right here was life-changing. I was dealing with adult acne, hormonal acne. I never had acne as a kid, and I had anywhere from 30 to 40 like cyst-like bumps around my jaw, my chin, my neck, and it was awful. And this was probably about 4 years ago, right before I started YouTube. Some of my earlier videos, you can still see some of the pimples where they were healing up. But I went to a dermatologist. They were gonna actually prescribe Accutane. I'm thankful I didn't take that. I really only had it all around my jaw, chin, and down my neck. And they were so painful. So when I did the skin mapping that you can find on a lot of holistic websites, it was explaining that when you have acne around this area, usually that's from your hormones. Well, I already know I have hormonal issues because my hyperpigmentation is called melasma, and I was diagnosed with this probably 20 years ago. And that mine is mostly hormone related because I am dominant in estrogen. It doesn't necessarily mean that I have a high amount of estrogen. When you're estrogen dominant, you can still be in menopause or way past menopause and still be estrogen dominant but have low estrogen, but your estrogen could still be more dominant than your progesterone. If you are dealing with any type of acne on your chin, jaw, or neck, perhaps it could be your hormones. And for me, what I did was I started taking this supplement called EstroBlock Pro. I took the Pro formula, not the original. So this doesn't block our actual estrogen because, you know, we like estrogen, but what this does is it blocks any of the fake estrogens that kind of mimic our natural estrogen that will make us more estrogen dominant than our progesterone. And after taking this for, I would say, maybe just 7 days, I didn't even have to take it that long, I didn't get any more pimples. The pimples I had started flattening. Now they left quite a bit of scarring, so I spent the past few years lightening up some of that darker pigmentation from the scarring that they left. But not only does this help with acne, if you deal with melasma, not just regular hyperpigmentation or, you know, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation or anything like that, but if it's actual melasma, this might be something you want to look into as well, because typically melasma is from estrogen dominance. And since this does help with balancing estrogen dominance, this potentially could help if you have melasma. Now, when I take that, I cannot only take that by itself, because what happens is if I'm detoxing that fake estrogen or that increase of toxic estrogen, things like pesticides in our non-organic fruits and vegetables, maybe growth hormones in meats and things like that, BPA, plastic, phthalates, you know, if you love perfume and air fresheners and all of that, they say that that could cause issues with our estrogen dominance. If you love soy lattes, for the most part, most soy on the market, soy milk, edamame, tofu, all of that is soy, and most of it is GMO soy, and that can cause issues with our hormones as well. These have like 5 pounds, I think is what they say, of cruciferous vegetables in each supplement. And you know, if you just want to eat 5 pounds of broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower every day, then you can help detoxify any fake toxins, fake estrogens, things like that in your body. But I mean, I don't know about you, I'm not trying to eat 5 pounds of broccoli every single day. So what happens is once we take the EstroBlock, it starts to detox. Well, to detox, you have to get stuff out of your body, right? One thing that they do recommend that I find to really make the EstroBlock work better is taking this supplement along with it called Live Detox. And this is basically a ton of the compound that's in artichokes, milk thistle. But what this does, this works on our liver. So when we're trying to detox those fake and toxic estrogens to balance our hormones, if we don't take something to get it out of the body afterwards, it's just gonna recirculate back in the body. And it's kind of pointless to take this because you're not getting it out of the body. So sometimes I don't take this brand, sometimes I just take any good quality brand of milk thistle or silymarin, but I do like this one the best when I take this. Talking about getting things out of our body, I mean, it's TMI, it's kind of gross, but you have to be really getting it all out of your body. Like if you do not poop every single day, you might have a bunch of skin issues and health issues. I mean, that is something that we should be doing every single day, as gross as it sounds, because you're filtering all of those toxins out of your body. So if you are having issues with that, which sometimes I do, this is called DC1s. I have them in a little travel thing. I'll pop up what they look like on the screen. I am originally from Ohio, and this is a little like supplement store over by where I used to live in Ohio. And no matter where I am, I haven't lived in Ohio since, you know, I was 20, but no matter where I am, I still will call them up and have them delivered to me, because this is a product called DC1s. And if you have any issues with going to the bathroom, I'll let you do the research on their website, because I don't want to make, you know, this video all about poop, because that's kind of gross. But if you have issues going to the bathroom, this right here, I've tried everything over the counter, and this is the only supplement that I've ever been able to take that makes a huge difference to where I'm not having cramping, stomach problems. And you know, usually I don't take them daily. Usually if I'm starting to feel like, you know, I'm having some issues, I might just take 2 in the morning before I eat, and I'm good to go. I can carry on about my day. It's not going to be like, you know, disastrous throughout the day. So this isn't like a laxative that you would find in the grocery store, like Senna tea or something like that, that's going to cause, like, you know, diarrhea and stuff like that. This health food store, I think it's called Mrs. HSU is what it's called. They have some of the best supplements. Their whole detox, digestive detox protocol, I've done that 3, maybe 4 times, you know, as an adult, and I really like that as well. But if you're eating, you know, plenty of fiber, if everything is regular, just make sure that if you are taking something like an EstroBlock with the liver detox, that you are regularly going to the bathroom at least once or twice a day. And then this other one by the same brand is called DHT Block. Now this is one of my absolute favorites. So I started taking this one, I'd say maybe about 6 months ago. It's crazy how long and thick and healthy my hair has gotten, and I think a lot of it has to do with this supplement right here called DHT blocker. I do not take biotin. If our body is not deficient in that supplement, then our body's probably not going to use the supplement if we're adding it into, you know, our routine. So for me, if you don't lack biotin in your diet, then what's a biotin supplement going to do? For me, what biotin does do is it causes insane acne on my face. So if you have started one of those hair, skin, and nails supplements, or those super high strength biotin supplements, and you're noticing pimples on your face, that's probably from the biotin that you're taking. Now, I have read that a lot of people say if you take, in addition to the biotin, a pantothenic acid to counterbalance it, a high enough amount of pantothenic acid that you can kind of balance out the acne that you can get from taking biotin. But for me, I already deal with pigmentation on my face. I am not trying to, you know, get any more acne on my face just so that my hair can grow long and healthy, because a lot of times in those hair, skin, and nail supplements, it's not really the biotin that's making your hair grow long. It's all of the other supplements that perhaps you're lacking in your diet. So for me, getting my hair to grow super duper long, you know, it's kind of fuzzy today because it's cold here, but it's actually quite humid. So my hair just kind of like fuzzes all up in the humidity. But you know, my hair has gotten super long. It's thick, it's healthy. Now I do use a bunch of other products to keep my hair and my scalp super duper healthy. But as far as an internal supplement that I feel like has made a huge difference in my hair is this one called DHT blocker. What DHT can do is it can cause your hair follicles to basically fall out, and that can contribute to a lot of thinning hair in men and women. But this product has a bunch of really good ingredients in it. Some of the ingredients are similar to the EstroBlock as well, but this has a bunch of extra ingredients that will help block that extra DHT so that our hair can grow super healthy, so that our scalp does stay super healthy, so that the strands of hair, don't get all thin and fall out. For me, when I started having a lot of, hair thinning, yes, I did a bunch of other topical things to my hair and my scalp, but I really noticed a huge difference when I added this into my supplement routine. Also talking about hair health, vitamin D3 and K2, this is one of my absolute favorites that now I take it every single day. Well, sometimes I skip a day, but then I might even just double up the next day. But when I had the C virus a couple years ago, I didn't realize it, but my vitamin D levels were ridiculously low. I have them written down somewhere. I can't remember what they were, but they were super duper low. And so my doctor was like, you need to take a vitamin D supplement. So I took one. I will link it down below. I have it in my Amazon store. I took one that was like mind-blowing how quickly it shot my vitamin D levels up. I think it was 25,000 or maybe even 50,000 IUs of vitamin D, which that's not something that you want to take every day. It takes a long time to overdose on vitamin D. I mean, it's kind of difficult to do, but it can happen. So you just want to make sure that you see a doctor if you're going to supplement with high doses of vitamin D. But I think the normal recommended amount is like, I don't know, something like 600 or 800 IUs a day. I do 5,000 a day because when I was only doing 2,000 or 1,000 a day, my levels stayed ridiculously low. Not only was vitamin D great for the health of my hair, if you are low in vitamin D, you may have a lot of hair loss. So that's something else that you would want to look into if you're dealing with thinning hair that's, falling out. But if you're dealing with depression or you just kind of feel like you're in a funk, check your vitamin D levels because a lot of times you could just be super deficient in vitamin D. If you get sick all the time, you could be deficient in vitamin D. So for me, when I had that bad virus a couple years ago, my vitamin D was super low. So I took the 25,000 one. Again, I'll link it down below. I forget the name of the company. I don't take that one anymore. But to get my levels up, it only took maybe 2 months. And I got my levels up way higher than what they were supposed to. So my doctor was like, yeah, let's stop taking that vitamin D. But I do feel like it makes a huge difference in my immune system because, before really focusing on my vitamin D levels, I would catch colds and just get sick quite often. And now, normally, like when we come here to South America from Florida, normally I am sick 2 or 3 times. I don't know if it's the weather change or, because my diet isn't as great when I'm over here. I mean, when you see all the croissants, it's hard to resist. But since I've really been good about taking my vitamin D and of course, my other supplements, I have not gotten sick at all this time since we've been here. So vitamin D, I could do a whole video about how fabulous vitamin D is, but I noticed that when I take the D3 with the K2, not just regular vitamin D, I notice a huge difference. And also for, having an overall really strong immune system, taking zinc, this is one that I really like. This is zinc picolinate. There are 3 reasons why I like to take zinc. Number one, zinc is great for our immunity. So if you're dealing with getting colds all the time, things like that, you might want to, either increase your zinc in your diet, or for me, I like to supplement with a zinc supplement. This is by Thorne. This is their zinc picolinate 30 milligrams. Again, I'm going to link everything down below so I don't have to sit here and try to make sure the camera's focused and hold each one up. But the other 2 reasons I love zinc picolinate, if you're dealing with melasma, a lot of times those of us that have melasma, we are deficient in zinc. Go figure. So also zinc will help counterbalance copper. If you have way too much copper in your body, that can also trigger some melasma. So zinc, we need copper still, but zinc helps to balance that out. So everything just needs to be in balance, not a ton more of one over the other. Everything just needs to be in balance. So increasing our zinc can make a huge difference in helping with melasma as well. I also take zinc for the health of my hair. I've tried a ton of different brands. There are a couple other brands I like, but it's specifically zinc picolinate that I like. All right, another one that I take pretty much every single day if you have melasma or just if you want overall antioxidant health if you're living in a sunny area or if you go outside. This is by the brand HelioCare. Actually, I have a mixture. You see the dark red ones in here along with the capsules. This is the dark red one by the brand Isden. It pretty much does the same thing. I like them both. Basically what this is internal sunscreen. Now this will never ever replace my sunscreen that I put on my body, but this is just like an extra helper to take internally to help protect my body from the sun internally. And I mainly take it because of my melasma, that hormonal type of hyperpigmentation. You know, when you have melasma, we don't just treat it putting topical stuff on. There are things internally that I do as well. And then there are a ton of dermatologists that actually will recommend the HelioCare and Isden. Actually, I think you'll see a ton of those sold in dermatologist offices, because if you're dealing with hyperpigmentation or specifically melasma, taking an internal supplement like that can help make a big difference as well. Another supplement I really enjoy, this is a liposomal vitamin C. You know, regular vitamin C supplements, we just pee them out really quickly, but this one I find I like the best. I'm gonna link the one that I really like the best. It comes in a bottle, like a plastic pouch, and it's all liquid, but sometimes I'm just lazy and it's easier just to take the capsules. I think probably everybody knows what vitamin C is good for. It's good for a ton of different things. Number one, I take it for my immune health, but I also take it for preventing melasma. If you're looking for a good vitamin C, look into liposomal vitamin C. For me, I just think it works the best. Another supplement that I absolutely love, I've taken this on and off over the years, but this is astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is fabulous for your skin. It's fabulous for a ton of different things, but the reason I had started taking it is because I was having a little bit of blurred vision, and I thought, wow, this is really weird. You know, my eyes, I still don't have to wear readers just yet, but I thought, well, let me just try some astaxanthin because it's supposed to be really great for vision. And then after I started taking it, after maybe about 2 weeks, I started noticing that my blurry kind of vision, it wasn't as bad. But I love astaxanthin for so many different things. I could do a whole video on how fantastic this is, but this is one that I really like. This is a triple strength one, and it's made with coconut oil, so it will help with better absorption. Another one that I like that's a liposomal product, this is glutathione. This is one that I take every single morning, and the reason I take this, I don't want to go into all the great things that glutathione can do in our body, but the reason I take this is because this is basically known as the skin whitening supplement. I don't really like it to be called that because I don't really feel like any of us are trying to make our skin white. But I think no matter what our skin color is, you know, if we have pigment spots all over, no matter what our color is, we don't want those spots there. So we want to lighten up the spots that we have and bring it back to our normal skin color, whatever that color may be. And what I like to take with it is N-acetylcysteine. I'm gonna see if I can still find this one. I have bought a ton of bottles because I don't want to say all this stuff on here because I don't want like my video to get blocked or whatever, but there's a company that is in charge of medications and things like that. It's a 3-letter company, and they've banned this. A lot of people found out a couple years ago that this is fantastic for lung health. After I had that virus, I had major issues with my lungs, so I started taking this supplement to help with my lung health, to clear out all of that, to get my lungs healthy again. And this is a fantastic product that I am never without. If you deal with asthma, this is, I'm not telling you to go take it, but this, a lot of people say this is fantastic for asthma. This company, Life Extensions, they're located in South Florida also, and I will see if I can find a link to if they still have it online. But, you know, I used to just get it on Amazon, but it's pretty much blocked from being able to be sold at almost all places. But these work well together, NAC with glutathione, so I take these together. But I specifically take my glutathione to help with lightening my melasma. Okay, I have just a few more. This is a pricey supplement. I think this is like 50 some bucks. It's called Avmacol. And I just put in my cart another brand that's supposed to be a really good brand. So when I get back to the United States, I'll be able to place that order. But this is just the brand name. But what this is sulforaphane. I think it's, yeah, sulforaphane. And it's basically just a bunch of broccoli seed and broccoli sprout extract. This is sold out really, really often. It has amazing reviews from this brand. I have done a ton of research. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you what you need to do. But for me, I have done a ton of research, of what I feel is best, for me and my husband. But this is one that I love, my husband loves. I was reading that when they put this in, this ingredient, the sulforaphane, when they put this in a petri dish with cancer cells, it killed the cancer cells. But you probably could make the broccoli sprouts yourself and eat those to get this compound. But for me, it's just easier to take a really well-studied one that's super popular that a lot of natural doctors recommend to their patients. This is one that I really, really enjoy. All right, one that I've talked about quite a bit. This is by the brand Osmosis. This is their Hormone Elixir. I'm almost out of this, but basically all this is, you can see little flecks of gold in it. This is just gold infused. It's frequency enhanced mineral water. And when I first saw these on the market, to be honest, I thought it was a total gimmick. I was like, give me a break. What's water gonna do? But I started getting hot flashes, I guess last year. I still have not hit menopause, but I started getting hot flashes every now and then. And I thought, oh my gosh, I don't wanna go see a hormone doctor. I don't wanna do HRT. I don't wanna do any of that if I don't have to. Sorry, there's a motorcycle driving by. How dare they drive by while I'm filming? So I thought, you know what do I have to lose? Might as well try it. It had really good reviews, and a couple of my subscribers swear by this from Osmosis. So I thought, let me just try it. You guys, now this is something I cannot live without. It doesn't completely get rid of hot flashes for me, but when I don't take this, the hot flashes, when I get them, it's not all the time. It's maybe once every 3 months I might, get a few of them. But when I would get them, they were so intense to where, I don't have anxiety, things like that, but golly, those hot flashes were triggering some severe anxiety, like anxiety from within, not like in my head nervousness, but like in my body. I was, of course, felt like, somebody lit a match and I was on fire and I was near death. It was like this strange, intense anxiety that would just come, in my body. And it was only temporary, but it was a very uncomfortable feeling. And then, within, 45 seconds to a minute after that, heat started to dissipate, I would start freezing and shivering, which if you're in menopause, you already know what I'm talking about. But I had no clue that's what hot flashes would be like. I thought it was just like, ooh, I'm a little warm today. That is not like what it is. Like, I turn into a psychotic mad woman trying to rip off anything that I'm wearing, like when I get those hot flashes. But after taking this, again, it doesn't completely remove them. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that you'll never have a hot flash again. But for me, I don't get those intense, crazy hot flashes when I take this on a regular basis. All right, I have 2 left that I take every day. This is by Osmosis also. This is their liver and collagen renewal supplement. This is called Regenerate. This is a phenomenal supplement. Now, there's a lot of really good benefits of why people will take this. Number one, this is something that Dr. Ben Johnson recommends if you have melasma or hyperpigmentation, because it does help with detoxifying the liver. But this is great for helping to renew the collagen in the body. The main ingredient in here is beef liver extract. And I've tried different brands of organic grass-fed beef liver extract, and I didn't think that they worked as well as this. Beef liver extract is loaded, with vitamin A, with all of the different vitamins that we need. What do a lot of doctors say? Like heals like. So if you take a healthy liver, it can help heal our liver. So if you're dealing with, age spots, sunspots, those liver spots on your skin or maybe on your hands, this might be something that would work for you. But this is good for a bunch of different things, not just for, making our skin look better and getting rid of the spots. This is really good to help with energy. If you're feeling kind of blah all of the time and you just can't seem to get that energy, you're always tired, perhaps maybe your liver just needs some detoxing. So for me, this is just a really great product to help with our liver detox. But the reason I keep taking this, and I don't know if I've heard anybody talk about that, I never used to get those little bumps on the backs of my arms. They're called keratosis pilaris or chicken skin, strawberry skin, whatever you want to call it. But last year, for a couple months, I got the worst case of the keratosis pilaris on the backs of my arms, actually even on the fronts, just from my elbows up. I tried every single product on the market, topical, scrubs, acids, different things like that, and nothing worked. And if you try to pick at them, they leave little scars, so you can't squeeze them or pick at them. So I started doing more research, and I like to research a lot of things from different holistic doctors and things like that, who don't just want to prescribe pills to put a Band-Aid on what's wrong with the human body. I like to find out how to cure things, how to get to the root cause. So I started doing more research and discovered that they say that there could be a lack of vitamin A in the body and that's what potentially is triggering the keratosis pilaris. So I thought, well, you know what? I hear that this is great for melasma anyways, and I hear it's great, for collagen renewal, and it has amazing, amazing reviews. But I didn't just want to take a fake vitamin A supplement. I wanted to take something that had beef liver, because like can heal like. And I didn't necessarily want to eat liver, because I'm sure I'd have to eat a ton of liver to be able to get what's in, one little capsule. I would say after 2 weeks of taking this, I would do 3 in the morning, 3 close to the evening, like before dinner. And you guys, it completely got rid of the keratosis pilaris. And now this is something I keep in my routine all the time. I never get those little bumps. If that's something you're dealing with and you are tired of trying every different acid on your arms and the scrubs and nothing's working, actually those scrubs can make them even worse because it can cause some inflammation. I'm not telling you that this is what you need, but for me, this was magical. This was a miracle worker in getting rid of that keratosis pilaris. And finally, a supplement that I take every single night. My husband takes this as well, and this is magnesium. There's tons of different magnesiums on the market, but this one is the one that my husband and I seem to like the best. This one is a blend of 3 different magnesiums, and we really like this in the evening. Not only does it help relax the body, but this really helps us to sleep really deeply. I've tried a ton of different magnesiums, and there's a few other brands that I do really like, but this is the one that we've repurchased quite a few times because this just seems to give the best results for both of us. Now, I do have a few other supplements that I'm currently testing, but I don't know yet if the results are fantastic enough to where I'm going to continue using them. I like to test supplements for quite a while before I really share them. So I do have a few other ones that maybe eventually someday, if they make it into my lineup, I will share. But for now, this little lineup right here, these are all of the supplements that I take morning and evening. Of course, probably most of the supplements I take are for the health of my skin. Again, please check with your doctor before you try anything that I recommend that works great for me. Do what's best for you, do what works best for your body and your health. This is just what works best for me. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.